Jaldua, time to rely more on technology, because my questions come from absolute love and respect for our men and women in uniform. You know how much our nation respects our braves, and they're an asset who are irreplaceable. So out of sheer respect, my question is, should we be sending in more technology, whether it's unmanned aerial vehicles, whether it's sending in more cameras, in whichever way, before we send in our people, and 3 officers being sent in together? Or does all of that need to be looked at? And then later you had the GOC and the DGP going in there. So in 2019, again I was on ground covering what happened after Pulwama. We had injuries to a DIG and a brigade commander, and so you'd recall in Jammu we'd had injuries to very senior officers when they visited an incident after a terror strike. One terrorist was hiding and he opened fire. This, if I remember correctly, was late 90s, early 2000s, sir.
Yes. Yeah, you're right, Gaurav. But I couldn't agree with you more. We should use technology. We should use technology till the extent we can. But sadly, or unfortunately, in these mountainous areas and in these thickly forested areas, it's very easy for someone to imagine that an armed aerial vehicle, a drone could be used, or cameras can be sent in. There is such thick and dense cover that UAVs or drones cannot picturize, cannot do good surveillance of the effective surveillance of that area. So, unfortunately, in such jungle and mountainous terrain, boots on ground have to be resorted to.
Yes.
Having said that, to your question about senior officers going there, I agree with you that senior officers should not be going there, and I'm very confident. I have not spoken to anyone, nor do I know the details, but I'm very confident that when the corps commander or the DGP have gone there, they haven't actually, it's as is reported in some of the news channels, that they went there to take charge of the situation. No, they haven't. They, when such deaths have taken place, they have actually moved up out of their headquarters,
Yes,
gone in the general vicinity to the unit or to the headquarters that is controlling that operation, maybe to the sector headquarters, or just to raise the morale of the Jawans, just to
yes.
raise the morale of the troops, that we are there with you, we are behind you. They are not going to be getting into operational issues or nitty-gritties at the encounter site. That will still be left to the battalion and the company commanders.
That's a very important point you make there, sir, that our officers lead from the front, whether it's a company commander, the commanding officer, or the general officer commanding himself, out there with the soldiers right at the front to boost their morale. And this is what makes the Indian Army the most formidable fighting force.